All right, guys, we're going to go through the updated presentation. Again, I'm probably going to fumble through it because I'm still memorizing it myself, and that's okay. Within a week, we're all going to be pros at this. So when we sit down with the customer, we want to ask them. So let me ask you guys, when it comes to doing a project like this, or really any type of actual construction on your home, what's the biggest thing you look for in a company?
Well, personally, I want honesty for them to do a good job and quality materials.
Okay, great. And that's the thing, because typically your home is going to be your largest investment. The wrong company, the wrong products, well, they can hurt that investment. And that's the thing. Did you know you don't even have to be licensed or even certified to be a roofer in Georgia?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. And that's the thing. Capital City Roofing, we're both licensed and certified. So just to tell you a little bit about us, we were founded by Brad Strawbridge, who's been in the home improvements industry for over a decade. He spent a lot of his time as a director of operations for a major commercial roofing company. And one of the things he came to realize is the amount of dishonest contractors there are in the residential roofing industry. This is what inspired him to create Capital City Roofing, and his vision is very clear. It's to deliver high quality roofing solutions with transparency, professionalism, and an unmatched customer service for the homeowner. Accreditations A plus through the BBB. We're GAF certified. We're a member of the NRCA, the National Roofing Contractors Association, and we were awarded the MVP award for outstanding workmanship. We're a select shingle master by CertainTeed, and we're certified by CertainTeed as a master craftsman. So, 7 signs it's time for a new roof. One, excessive energy costs due to improper attic ventilation. Two, blistering and peeling of outside paint from excessive moisture or high humidity due to improper attic ventilation. Three, water stains on interior ceilings and walls or mold and mildew growth. Four, missing cracked or curling shingles. Five, dark, dirty looking areas on your roof, and that's often due to the loss of granules and algae buildup. Five or six, leaking in the attic, often, especially after a heavy rain. Seven, roof shingle sheathing and siding decay. And these are things we see on a daily basis. And that's the thing, because when you buy a roof, do you know where your shingles are really coming from? Because you have a lot of these guys. They're not licensed, they're not certified, they're fly by night companies. They come out and they offer you a great thing, and then they go on to Marketplace and they find the cheapest quality materials they can put on your home, and you're none the wiser until a few years down the road when you're really starting to run into problems. Because that's the thing, I always tell people, don't ever use an unlicensed and uncertified roofer. These are issues we see on a daily basis. And that's the thing, because when you think about the way people shop today, it's a lot different than it used to be. Do you remember the Yellow Pages?
No, I did not.
Kind of, probably a little older than you. But back in the day, you kind of let your fingers do the work walking, because the only information that anybody even had available to them was a company name, an address, and a phone number. So the only way to get information was to call out three, four, five different companies just to see what was even out there. Today, we all have Google. You literally can find out all the information that you want to find out about anything just by searching on Google. And they've done studies that show today people really just don't have the time to sit through three, four, five of these presentations anymore. That when it really comes down to it, people are just looking for three things. They want a product that they love, with a installation and warranty that they love, at a price they can afford. When it comes to doing this project, are you really any different than anybody else?
No, I'm not.
Great. Now let me ask you, have you ever heard of the cost versus value report?
I can't say I have.
And that's funny because a lot of people haven't, but this is actually really good information to have, especially as a homeowner, because they look at everything. So what they do is every couple years, Remodeling Magazine gets together with Consumer Reports, the National Association of Realtors, and they literally reach out to over 50,000 different contractors across 50 of the largest metropolitan cities, and they collect 1.2 million estimates, which is probably more than you were going to get, just to find out what the average cost of things are. And they look at everything. They look at windows, doors, bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, deck remodels, roofing, and they just want to see what the average costs are. Now, when they put this together last year for Atlanta, they found that the average roof replacement in Atlanta was $25,807, and that was based off of about 30 squares, which is very similar to what your home is. Now, here's the thing, because when you take that, so they said 25,807 is the average cost in Atlanta. Now, what do you think of when you hear the word average?
When I think of average, I'm thinking somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, just
something
kind of
like there, but not the greatest, not the worst.
Yeah, just kind of middle of the road. Because here's the thing: anything you do is going to come with a quality, a warranty, and a service. So you figure average cost, average quality, average warranty, average service. Also, the fun thing about averages is there's always 50% above and 50% below. I will be the first one to tell you, you can find someone to do this job for $12,903. But what do you think would happen to the quality, the warranty, and the service?
It would decrease.
Yeah, it's going to go down. I mean, you might as well go to Home Depot, pull the shingles off the shelf, get the guys in the parking lot to install it for you, and it is what it is. At the same token, though, the same exact job could absolutely go for as much as $38,710. Now, let me ask you, if you paid $38,000 for a new roof, then what would you expect out of the quality, the warranty, and the service?
It better increase.
You would demand it, right?
It better increase.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, because therein lies the problem. And that's where, what you find with your Finleys, your Eries, your Powers. But the problem is everybody always wants the top quality product with the best warranty and the best service, but nobody really ever wants to pay more than an average price. If you could get the top quality products with the best warranties and the best service at about an average price, what would you call that?
A good deal.
Absolutely. In our commitment to you at Capital City Roofing, we understand that what matters most lies beneath your roof, your family, your memories, your peace of mind. That's why our commitment goes far beyond shingles and nails. We promise to deliver the highest quality products backed by the industry-leading warranties and are installed with craftsmanship you can count on. But just as important as what we do is how we do it, with uncompromising ethics, honesty, and transparency every step of the way. We treat your home like it's our own, and your trust is our most valuable asset. All of this delivered at a fair and honest price, because integrity should never come at a premium. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of our products and kind of see what type of colors you like.